You know, we often look at people with different titles, different roles, different sort of features in society, and we think of them in a much different way than we think of other people. We look at people that have a professor title in front of them. We look at teachers in a different way. We look at lawyers, we look at physicians, doctors, we look at all sorts of different people, and we think of them in a much different way than we think of ordinary people. And then we meet them without having that particular title, and we understand of them that they're just ordinary, kind of strange individuals, just like the rest of us. And so, what I want to say in this video is I really want to give you encouragement that if you are trying to go for any one of those titles, whatever they are, just know that they are just regular human beings, just like you. And the only difference that they've done is that they've stuck with something a little longer than somebody else in that same situation. So if you don't know me, I'm an associate professor of innovation strategy and entrepreneurship, and I created this whole reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can. There were so many people that helped me out that I wanted to pay the favor forward and help you out as much as I possibly can. So society is made up of all sorts of people doing different roles. We think of people that are garbage collecting, for example, in one way. We think of teachers in another way. We think of nurses in another way. We think of bureaucrats and attorneys in a completely different other way than the garbage collectors and the teachers. And then we also think of professors, or we think of astronauts. We think of presidents as a certain way. We imagine them as behaving in a certain way. But I'm here to tell you that everybody in this world is totally ordinary. They all suck. Every one of us has our weaknesses. We all have our problems. We all have issues that we are dealing with on a regular basis. And all of those issues, they all filter what our world looks like around us. And it filters our decisions that we make, it filters the choices that we make. And the people that we see in these positions, as we look at those people, we often think of them as some people as higher prestige, as lower prestige, as some sort of, we think of them in a certain way. We think of them, if you are a garbage collector, that they have certain characteristics that a lawyer, an attorney is not going to have. Or we think of professors as I'm going to make fun of them because I am a professor, as somebody that's going to sit there and profess and do all the professing stuff and tell insightful things and do things that are just inhuman, that they say all sorts of things that stay and last forever. But I'm here to tell you that this is not a really good conception of what it means to be human in these roles. And all of us are human beings. We all have limitations. We all, as my as um, as my auntie used to say, we all shit the same way. We all put on our pants the same way as everybody else. And I know it's not a pretty picture to see these things, but it's true. If you think about it, a lot of human being is being a human being is very uniquely the same. That we're all the same. We do all things that are pretty ordinary, and we have emotions just like everybody else. You see somebody that is a CEO of a company, and we think of them as having no emotion or a certain kind of emotion, that they're always rah rah rahing. But deep down inside, they're that scared little girl, they're that scared little boy, like every one of us. And so, what I'm getting at here is that if you are trying to go for something, if you're trying to strive for something, if you're trying to achieve something, there's not a lot different between who they are and who you are. The big difference is that they've just stayed with something for a little longer than somebody else. And I know that there's going to be people that are going to tell you that you're not smart enough, that you're not intelligent enough, that you are not beautiful enough, that you don't have the right legs, you don't have the right arms, you don't have the right eyesight to do certain roles. I know that that is a very important thing. And we do have limitations like that that really do prevent us from doing some things. However, there is a lot of things that go on to creating something, to getting to a certain stage. So if you want to be an astronaut, for example, and you go through and you do all of that work to become an astronaut, and you realize at the last minute that they can't accept you because you have some sort of weird internal organ malfunction that's happening at that certain time, well, guess what? You have gotten to the stage that very few people have gotten, and you built all of this wonderful infrastructure behind you to be the expert in becoming an astronaut. And it's very easy for you to switch and to go into training mode and train astronauts. And then you get to see wonderful people going to space because of the things that you've done. There's all sorts of ways that we can adjust if we just get and we start doing the things that we want to do, and we start pushing towards those things, and you continue to do those for a very long time and not stop at that particular thing. There's going to be a lot of moments in your life. I want to quit doing the things that I do on a regular basis. I want to quit this. I want to quit becoming, I want to quit being a professor. I often want to quit, being a parent. It's often difficult doing those things. And there's all sorts of things like this that we just, we have bad days. And those bad days are the things that, if we persist through them, are the things that give us strength. They're the things that encourage us to keep going. They're the things that they give you inspiration for when you go and you're having another bad day. You could say, I did that one day. I can do that another day. I can keep going with this and keep pushing with this. And so the only difference between somebody that has got there, wherever there is, even if you're 65 years old and you want to become a physician, you always want to become a physician, I encourage you to go out and try to become a physician. Because there's so much you're going to learn. There's going to be so many fun things that you are going to really understand because of those actions. And you're just going to become a better person because you have always wanted to do it and you wanted to do it. So the one caveat, this is the thing that I want you to do and to think about, is that if you choose something, don't stop doing that thing for a long time. The way that we get there is by doing that one thing for a long time and keep working towards that one thing. We don't get there if we just stop. So, and as you are doing it, look around and see if you can make adjustments as you are doing it, and see where things are a little easier, where it's going a little quicker, and make those adjustments, because those are the things that are often can get you to that point where you want to get to. So if you want to become a physician when you're 65 years old, or if you're 80 years old and you want to become a physician, well, start working towards it. Just start doing it. What do you have to lose? There's really nothing at the end of the day that is holding you back other than this little thing up here that is holding you back, and maybe a little bit of your heart as well. So really try to work on that and get to the point where you can do the things that you want to do, and just keep working at it. Don't stop. If somebody says that's a stupid idea, you're 85 years old, and somebody says that, well, that's dumb. So what? It's your life. It's not theirs. All right. So that's all I want to say today. And get out there and really try to do some wonderful things. I know you can do this. And if you see people that you're intimidated from, or you think that they're somehow special, or you see other people and you think that they're not as special as you, just know you all put on your pants the same way. You all go shit the same way like everybody else. All right. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye. Oh, if you like this video, give me one of those. Bye.